Hi guys, it's Chris here. Just wanted to do another video, this time about posture. So when you get your guitar, before you even play a single note, there's a few things which I think are important for you to be aware of, especially when you're practicing. And the first thing to be aware of with that is what you actually sit on to practice. Now, I think it's very important to have a drum stool or like a bar stool, something that hasn't got any arms. That's what I'm currently sitting on at the moment. The reason being, it just gives you a bit more freedom and you're less restricted. If you had arms, I mean, you'd be bumping your elbows on them and you just don't really get the freedom to sort of just have the space and to just do what you need to do with the guitar. So first thing I think is to have a stool, drum stool ideally, or like a little bar stool, and then just to sit on, so you're less restricted, especially nothing that's supporting your back, but you can just sort of sit down comfortably. Being comfortable is very important. So the next thing is when you get your guitar, you can see it's got this little groove here. So I'd recommend having it on your right knee. So you just plunk on your knee, and then the guitar itself can literally sort of hug into your chest. And then with your arm, your elbow, you just sort of want the elbow over the line of the guitar, and gently you can let your hand sort of, and your arm sort of loosely sort of hang, and that can actually sort of keep the guitar upright between your leg and your sort of arm. So like I say, the elbow, if you sort of have it, you don't really want to have it like this. You want it sort of over, sort of on the line of the guitar. And then before you even sort of play a note with the guitar, you just want to make sure that your hands are nice and sort of loose, so you can do some sort of finger exercises, sort of closing, make a fist, open, and just a little sort of shake just to warm them up a little bit. It's always good to be nice and loose and just comfortable, really. And then your left hand, obviously, I'm just literally holding the guitar with my right at the moment. But yeah, you want your left hand to be nice and loose as well. A few other little tips as well. If you are struggling to reach and actually hold down notes on the fretboard, you probably need a bit more reach with your hand. So I would recommend, with your thumb position, your thumb, you just have it halfway at the back of the guitar neck. So if you see here, you kind of want to have it about halfway, so not sort of here so it's hanging over. You want it halfway, and then you can move your hand and get that reach. Or if it's like this, you're going to sort of struggle, and then you can start making sort of dead sounding notes. But if you have it halfway through, you get more of a reach, and then you can have I mean, the idea is to sort of have a bit of a gap between the board, and when you're holding the notes down, you want to do it as close to your fingernail as possible, so you don't actually sort of play any of the other notes, really, if that makes sense. But I'll obviously go into more basics, detail, when I actually explain the guitar and how you sort of play it. But just wanted to explain some of the sort of basics, really, before you even play a single note. A few other things on the guitar, just to explain. Obviously, you've got the guitar strings itself, you've got the sound hole, you've got the sort of nut, which has got these little grooves where the strings go into, and they go up to the different tuning pegs where you need to, this is what you would use to tune in the guitar, which I mentioned in my previous video, is very important, because if the guitar's not in tune, it's just going to sound terrible. And then also some other things to point out. You've got the neck of the guitar, and on the neck you've got frets. So these lines here are called the frets, guitar frets, and then you've actually got the spaces in between. So what we would say is the space here is fret 1, fret 2, fret 3, fret 4, fret 5. And you'll notice on the 5th fret there's these dots here, which are basically indicators on the guitar neck, which is quite useful to know. But when it comes to sort of learning the guitar, I personally think learning the notes on the low E string is vitally important, because then you can work out any other sort of note on the guitar itself. But yeah, just wanted to do a very brief sort of overview on that. Another thing as well, when it comes to practicing, you probably want to do about little and often 5 minutes a day. I mean, I want to do some more videos and give little useful tips and hints and things to practice at a very sort of slow sort of rate. So the slower you do it, the more likely it's going to sort of sink into your muscle memory. And yeah, I always think if you're going to practice something, start small, start slow, and then gradually just build up the pace and like your speed, I suppose. But yeah, always start slow. Practice for about around 5 minutes a day to start with, because you will start to get sore fingers, and yeah, you want to do little and often. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching it, and I will speak to you soon. Thank you, bye.